shakalaka. All right, and we are live. Yes, sir. Woo-hoo-hoo. Welcome, everyone. We're going to give everyone a second to come on in here. We are live for episode 17 of Navigating the Noise podcast. With us today is a very, very special guest. I am honored to have him with us. He is a Massapequa High School alum like myself. He is also a product of the Massapequa International Little League. He is also an advocate for Texas Holdem, sports, WWE, and men's mental health. And what I'm super, super excited to have him talk about is he himself has a content channel of his own. He's taken those very ballsy, one would say, courageous steps to put himself out there and create content of his own. So let's all give a warm, nice, happy welcome to John Grande's Graveyard. John, thanks for being with us today on episode 17 of Navigating the Noise.
Zach Samardo, brother, thank you so much. That was quite an introduction. I just want to say I'm humbled and honored to be on this show, Navigating the Noise, with you. And, you know, when you reached out, I was actually really happy because I know you've been sharing your content creations and things like that. I obviously usually do a show promo during the week and promote my show. So when you reached out and you were like, hey, man, you want to get together and shoot the breeze? I was like, dude, I'd be honored. Just be a lot of fun, tons of laughs. And I always remember, you know, it's funny you bring up Little League. I remember playing Little League against you and all that stuff. So this is a long time in the making, and I'm really happy to be here tonight. So thank you so much for having me on.
No, of course, John. Like I said, I'm so happy when you got back to me and you were like, hell yeah, right on, brother. So like you said, we go back to like the Little League days. I mean, you grew up like with Dalton, my brother, and then we both went to the same elementary school.
Right.
So I mean, Grande, we've been around with each other since like the diaper days, honestly. Like it's been a while.
It's the truth. We've been up and down the road for sure. Tons of crazy interactions and things like that. And yeah, no, your family's always been so good to me. I always say this too. And I actually just saw Dalton. He and I went to Atlantic City just a couple weeks back for the wild card weekend game.
So yeah, how'd you guys end up, if you mind me asking?
Your brother ended up pretty good. I ended up on the shit out of a stick, buddy.
Grande, I'm telling you, this dude got a horseshoe up his ass at the blackjack table. I swear.
I watched him, and he is, my God. He has cojones that I could only dream of having, man. He is not giving a damn of what he bets and whatnot. And I'll be honest, I mean, he's stuck with it. He's telling me how much he's up, how much he's down. When he told me how much he was down, I literally nearly fainted, you know, but he's unfazed by it. He's like, I'm just going to go get a bite to eat, some chicken tenders, and I'll be back. And he was, to his credit. But yeah, we'll just say the Packers let me down on that one. That was not.
Yeah,
the Packers killed my parlay, man.
Oh, the parlay killer was the Packers.
It happens.
No, it happens to the best of us, man. I mean, in my life, Grande, the amount of one-leggers I missed on a parlay, bro. Grande.
Yeah.
Grande, if I hit all those Grande, if I hit all those parlays, I'd be coming to you in a live studio. I'd be flying you in. Like I'd be flying you in to go for this episode.
It'd be carpet on the walls, and it'd be like
100%.
Somebody rubbing my shoulders and shit.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey would have been guesting with us. Like, it would have been great. So, what's it called? That'll do. I'm going outside. I didn't know who was coming home. It was you or Mike. It's tough. I didn't know who was coming home. All right, we're good. I didn't know, bro. I was waiting for your key fob. All right, yeah. Sorry, that was my boy Peacock coming home. I think he was very surprised to have me. Grande, can you still hear me?
I hear you good, man. Just don't get your knees broken out there, man.
Bro, I just didn't want him coming in, bro. I told this door swung open. I was like, oh, boy. Nah, as long as you could hear me and we're good to go. Honestly,
yeah, no, it's good. As long as it wasn't the Federales checking in with you, buddy.
Well, listen, bro. Dude, listen, I've been running for them for a couple of weeks now. So, no. But what's it called? It's actually a beautiful day in Charlotte today. It's actually like we got 70 and sunny today. Like
70? Really? Wow.
FBI open up. Yo, literally in the chat, FBI open up. I'm sorry. But yeah, FBI open up. But no, Grande, literally 70 and sunny. Like I went out, like got out of work today and I got hit with like a beam of light. Like it was beautiful. It was 70 and sunny, bro. Like I'm outside right now. I'm in shorts. I'm in
I'm
shorts, brother.
jealous. It's still the snow's on the ground by us. It's about 9 degrees. It's not fun, man.
Is it true, like that? I was talking to a buddy the other day that like wind chill, how it felt outside was like -10 degrees one
Negative
night.
13 degrees. It was 9 degrees outside, and it said on any phone app, it said feels like negative 13. So I was like, I got to go out and see how negative 13 feels, and it was not fun. It definitely was a wind chill that was to die for, my friend. Not fun.
I was about to say like cold that could cut like nipples that could cut diamonds type shit, right? Woo!
Oh, somebody Mark's working outside right now. Shout out to Mark. He's one of my buddies.
Oh, Mark, please, please, please stay warm, brother. I could only imagine how cold it is out there. Get yourself a hot cocoa at 7-Eleven or something. My guy, Mark. Sheesh. But no, John, so we started to talk a little bit. We grew up together. We played Little League together, elementary school, Massapequa High School. Um, would love for you to take a minute to kind of tell us a little bit about your content and what you do in that regard and what Grande's Graveyard is all about. If you
Sure. Yeah,
there for a
no, and
second.
you can't see behind me. I'm a big movie fan, a lot of
Mhm.
movie posters and things like that. I do a live show every Thursday night on YouTube and StreamYard, so it's a similar app. I'm actually familiar with the whole studio setup that you have here, so that's pretty cool. I
Beautiful.
feel like I'm at home. I feel like I'm on the graveyard, to be perfectly honest. And
Hell yeah, that's what we
yeah,
want, baby.
basically what I do is every Thursday night live at 8:05, I discuss a different topic in the history of horror movies, whether it be from this country or other countries, this time era or yesteryear. And I've had so many fun, colorful guests on over the years, had a bunch of different logos. We've had shirts out the ass. We've had so many cool people join the show. And what's even crazier and humbling is people watch it from all around the world. Like I have a guy in Portugal that watches it. I have a guy in Australia. There's people in the UK. It's big in the UK for some reason. I know that
Really?
the English folk like me. They like Grande's Graveyard for some reason. Canada, like all over, and man, so many really cool people that have come to me, and we'd be able to bond over movies and our love for them. It's great. It's really cool, and the honest to God, the humbling feeling of the following that it has is it's otherworldly. Like you can't make it up. And honestly, it's my highlight of the week every week. I look forward to it. It's fun to interact with a live chat, live audience. Tons of laughs, tons of dedication. Instead of education, I get you dedication here because of horror movies. And I don't know, it's a lot of fun. It's honestly, it's like everyone always talks about in their life how they're looking for their id or their thing that they want to embrace, right? And like to me, Grande's Graveyard is my id. Like that's the thing that keeps me going. It keeps me fresh and really excites me every week. So it's a great time. If you guys are in the chat want to check it out, it's Grande's Graveyard on YouTube. I'd be happy if you guys subscribe. We're almost at 2,000, so that would be cool.
Wow,
2,000
2,000 subscribers.
almost. We're like 150 away.
That's beautiful, dude. I guess if you're open to talking about it a little bit, I have a follow-up question with that. What is the week-to-week process look like in preparation for an episode of Grande's Graveyard? Because I've noticed, like, with myself and prepping week to week for this podcast, like it takes some time and it's not easy. So if you could maybe just talk me through what it's like on your end week to week, that'd be great.
Sure. Yeah, no, like and it's completely different animal every week, and that's kind of what's fun. I always want to make sure the show is as diverse as possible because a lot of content creators, they just do the same thing. They swim in the mainstream. They do Halloween every week or they'll do Scream every week or whatever they know they're going to get an audience to do. I hate that. I feel like you're robbing people of a diversity that I try to offer every week. So just for example, a couple weeks ago, I did the Tomie movies, and Tomie is a big Japanese horror manga icon. And I said, why don't I watch all the Tomie movies and review them? So there's 9 of them, 9 Tomie movies that I have 7 days to cover. So dude, I'm telling you, out watching movies, reading up on them, doing my research, bang, on to the next movie. And then what my mentality is to make a show, to do a tier list to show you where I, feel and rank these Tomie movies and deliver an entertaining product, and because it was Japanese centered, I went to the H Mart, right? The local H Mart. I got some Japanese sodas, candies, things like that, just to make it feel in the aura and vibe of Japan, just
awesome.
singling that, just fun. I don't know, it's good times. But when is with a guest, which I know most of your shows have guests, you prepare for them. You make sure that the audience gets to know them. If they don't, this way they can be kind of comfortable with them as they are with you. And then you decide on a topic with the guest, and then you just perform the show. It's a good time. I always like to make it as much as a conversation and a working part, but it also to me is a show. Like I'm trying to entertain, trying to educate, and trying to have a good time. And that's really the process that goes into it. Every week calls for something different, but sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's goddamn ugly. But when it's good and when people are there and appreciating the show or watching the replay, it's the ultimate honor, man.
Dude, that's incredible. You seem like you're really, really passionate about what you have. And dude, not to like, toot your or boost your ego much because you're a very humble guy, but dude, 2,000 subscribers, dude, for you to reach that type of level, man, it takes a lot of dedication, commitment, and incredible fans, right? Like I'm sure you have incredible fans that tune in each and every week that like are loyal to a T.
Yeah, they are, and man, like it's crazy because this is over a 6-year period. Like Grande's Graveyard, I started it in college, so that would have been like 2019, and then the whole story behind that was I remember I was on campus. It was my senior year, and I had somebody reach out and said, "Hey, they're opening up the radio station again. You should go down there." And I was like, "What the heck would anyone want to listen to me talk about?" And they were like, "Well, you're crazy. You're wild. You have personality. Like go try, do something." And I said, okay. So I went down there and they were like, hey, what do you want to do? And my initial pitch was doing fantasy football. I said, I'll do fantasy football every week, like a show of who you should pick up on the waiver or who you should add on your team, who you should draft, your strategy, things like that. They shot it down in 2 seconds. They were like, we have 100 sports shows. We don't need that. They were like, we need somebody to do something else like pop culture. And I said, I love horror movies. Can I do horror movies? And they were like, they looked at me, they looked around, they were like, what is this kid talking about?
They were like, wait, did this dude really, out of all the things he could have said, this dude ripped horror movies?
Yeah. They looked at me like I had 4 heads and they kind of huddled up and they were like, we'll give you a show. Like, we'll see what you have to say. And then I went into the studio, I did the show and they were like, this is great. They were like, we don't know anything about horror movies, don't like horror movies, but holy shit, like you engaged with people and people were listening and they were like, we'll give you a shot. So I stuck with it. And then when college ended, it was senior year. I said, man, I want to keep at this. The pandemic happened. And that I got laid off of one of my jobs at that time. And I said, you know what? I'm on fun employment. I'm not doing anything. Let me have Grande's Graveyard bumping in the house. And from that time, like mid 2020 to now, I've done a show every single Thursday night from the past 6 years. So it's wild how long of a journey it's been. And that's, you build up content. 2,000 in 6 years may not be the greatest ratio, but at the same time, man, the people that I've met and the niche following it has, it's amazing. It's actually amazing how many people tune in despite the topic every week. It could be something popular, unpopular. People just come to have a good time, and that's to me what it's all about.
Well, brother, literally, I popped into your live stream the other day, last Thursday, and brother, like as soon as I popped in, bro, you were shouting out all these people, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, Grande's got like an army. This is so sick. This is awesome, man. And I'm sure it's very heartwarming to know that like you have people that are kind of like looking forward to tuning into you each and every week, right?
It's amazing. People will share the show out without me, asking or priding or anything like that. There'll be people who be like, come check out Grande's Graveyard tonight, or whether they're a guest or not. And sometimes when you do have a guest, they'll push and promote the show like crazy. They'll record themselves. Hey, I'm on Grande's Graveyard tonight. Come check out, come hang out with us. And like, I don't know, it's humbling, man. And like, I've always been called an older soul. Like people say, oh, you're an old soul. And I've connected with people that are way, way older than me that just, we grew up with the same shit. We have the same kind of nerdy interest in hobbies and likes and stuff. And then that's kind of where you kind of meet these people and you can converse and I don't know, you can make connection that you never thought was possible. And that's kind of what Grande's Graveyard offers. It's good for anybody. I think it's a good way to learn it too. Like if you don't know a thing about it, it's fun to just kind of tune in and it's a fun time. It's not anything. I'm never like lecturing or, it's uber serious. Like it's just a good time.
Haha, Frank Tropiano said, one time Grande told me to watch a movie called Funny Games. Still horrified till this day.
Oh my God. Yeah. Shout out to Frank. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate you watching tonight, man. And I also, Zach told me that you reached out to him about me being a guest. So thank you so much. And also, holy cow. Yeah. That's a question I get a lot. They'll go, all right, Grande, you think you know horror movies? Like, tell me one that'll scare the shit out of me. And I guess at some point I must have I don't remember telling him Funny Games, but holy shit. Yeah, that's a really tough watch. Like,
it's Funny Games, like shit your pants scary? Because Grande, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not like the type of guy that handles scary well. I'm open to watching it, but like, is that one that like I probably shouldn't watch like right away, or I should?
No, that is, if you're asking me if that's a good icebreaker, the answer is no.
All right. What about what about like Scream? Is Scream a good icebreaker?
Absolutely. Scream is safe for the whole family. It's easy to
Okay.
follow. Look, they're still making Scream movies this day. That cow has been milked dry, and they're still making Scream movies that'll be out at the end of the month. So they'll milk that cash cow till the literal cows come home.
I mean,
But
dude,
with Funny
I'm
Games,
sorry
is
to
just,
interrupt you. Yeah, yeah, keep
no, go
going. I'm
ahead.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, what were you gonna say? Because I think you were gonna kind of follow up what I was gonna
Yeah,
ask.
no,
So
Funny Games is a really rough watch. It's basically an like hour and 45 minutes of just dread. There's no levity in it. There's no happiness in it. It's the title is very deceiving because you hear that Funny Games. Is it funny? No, not at all. It's basically a family that is on their vacation. They're in their vacation home, and these two gentlemen knock on the door and they say, "Hey, we're looking to borrow some eggs." That's the movie. That's how it sets up. And the rest of it's basically 90 straight minutes of psychological and mental torture that these people are put through by these guys that come over and basically hold them hostage. It is disturbing. There's two versions of it. There's an Austrian version that's not in English, and then they literally remade it in America shot for shot just so they could have an English version. So
really,
English American speaking audiences that don't like subtitles could be entertained. I do recommend the Austrian version. It's better, but holy cow, either way, it's pretty horrifying. I'm happy Frank watched it, but I'm very sorry for the nightmares.
yo, dude, honestly, and Frank's not a deep sleeper. He could awake sometimes at the drop of a dime. Actually, I don't know. I feel like I've seen him in some deep sleeps. I know that kind of seems weird. All right, we're moving on. That sounds very. I'm sorry. That sounds so weird. But I'm gonna pause myself there. Um, One thing, John, that I'd love to kind of get your perspective on and hear a little bit about your story on is the whole purpose and reason why I started this podcast stream is because I wanted to advocate for mental health, specifically men's mental health, and just like the normal Joe Schmo talking out and being a mental health advocate, just like kind of how like your show is a little off the grid and how like a horror show is not exactly what, or a horror review is not exactly what you're seeing every day. A man talking about his mental health and his feelings and what it's like to be in the gutter is not something you see every day. And me and you had a little bit of a discussion in regards to mental health and your experiences with it. And of course, this is a safe space. Feel free to share whatever you feel comfortable with sharing. But I love for you to share with the audience, whatever, like I said, you feel comfortable, uh, your experience with mental health, whether that be anxiety, whether that be depression, whether that be a combination of the two. I love to chop it up with you about anything of that nature that you've gone through, because, like I said, the whole purpose of this place is to be a platform where we can share those type of things. So,
Sure, no, and I appreciate you bringing me on to discuss these things because I do think they're important. And like I said to you backstage, I'm not afraid to say I think more men need to do it. I definitely think men kind of bottle up their emotions, and I've been guilty of doing it before, where you just bottle everything up inside until you ultimately just burst and have a horrible day or a horrible episode, moment, what have you. And we've all been there. And I can personally say, I guess the main like mental health rough patch that I've been through in my life was when I actually had COVID. It was in 2021, and I got diagnosed with COVID. It was actually February. It was almost exactly 5 years ago. It was late February of 21, and I got diagnosed with COVID. And initially was thinking, all right, I'm young. This is a relatively new thing. I'll beat it. So a week came into 2 weeks, 2 weeks came into 3 weeks, and I still wasn't getting any better. And it got to the point where I couldn't breathe right, like my lungs were being seriously affected. And I went to the hospital. I went to the hospital. I got there, and they said, "Listen, we don't want to scare you, but you have a blood clot in your right lung, and it looks pretty severe." So I'm panicked. I'm like, terrified, and they admitted me to the hospital. They showed me like videos of my lungs, and you literally, the normal lungs, you could see videos of what it's supposed to look like, and then mine were literally, it looked like COVID was just branching out and grabbing it was scary just to look at the video. So I couldn't imagine, what was going on internally, and it was horrifying times. And they eventually submitted me to the ICU. I was in intensive care for 5 days, and they every day would kind of come in, check on me. They did clot busting treatments, all these things to try to get me better. And I was really only making a turn for the worse, had no appetite. I looked like Darth Vader. They had all these like tubes connected to me. I wasn't on a ventilator, but whatever the next step down would have been, that's what I was connected to. So I was all really kind of scary looking. And I just remember thinking, man, this is it. This is going to be the end. I might not make it. And I started to think about, what have you done in your life? What have you accomplished in your life? What have you done to make a change? Or, do you have your George Bailey moment, going back to movies, right? Your It's a Wonderful Life. Who have you impacted positively? And I started thinking I couldn't really think too much about it because I was so scared of passing. And man, I got to tell you, the amount of people that reached out and told me what I meant to them, it made me cry. I cried like a absolute biatch in the ICU. I joked. I said, I know you guys are giving me medicine. I said, I'm telling you, somebody giving me estrogen, because I'm crying like a fucking bitch right now. Crying. I'll never forget my buddy Anthony Saragusa. Shout out to Goose. He messaged me, and I hadn't talked to him since high school ended. And he messaged me, and he said, Grande, he says, I'm pulling for you, man. And then he said, thank you always for being so good to my family. And I remember like reading that and thinking, I haven't talked to this guy in years. Been so long. And the fact that he reached out and remembered that I was good to his little brothers. I remember his little brothers loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and we would watch it sometimes when we were waiting for Goose's ass to get ready. And like we would always talk, shoot up. And like the fact that he remembered that and was like, thank you for being good to my family, my brothers, and always looking out, it made me realize that somebody does care about you. And it may not just be him, it may be so many other people that did reach out. And I can't obviously thank them all individually, but the people that reached out and said, I'm pulling for you, man. People that I hadn't spoke to, people that I considered friends, people that I considered enemies, that reached out and said, hey, man, we're all pulling for you, and we hope that you're back better than ever. That made me so happy, and I swear it made a difference in my recovery process. And I remember before I got out, I remember saying to myself, like, I'm gonna go out and be a different person. I'm gonna change my life. I remember one thing I had said. And this is a part of the story that's really sad. My grandmother, sadly, she was in the same hospital for a heart issue at the time. And after I was COVID free and I was recovering, they said, hey, you want to see her? So I went, I saw my grandmother, we had lunch together. And we were talking. I remember telling her, I said, I can't wait. You know what I'm going to do when I get out of here? I said, I'm going to go on more dates. I want to see more women. I want to put myself out there more. I want to, be the best person at my job I can be. I want to have Grande's Graveyard be the best show that YouTube has to offer. I had so many things that I wanted to do, because once you have it almost taken away from you, it's so scary because you feel like you haven't done anything, despite what you may or may not have done. So I said, you know what? I want to make a change. And I remember telling her that. And she said, John, I'm so proud of you. I hope you go out there. I hope you do it. Sadly, that was the last time I spoke with her. She passed away just 2 weeks after that conversation. And she looked fine. I swear to you, I was the one that looked more sickly when the two of us talked. And I just forever kind of kick myself and say, my God, like I wish the last time I spoke with her, we were talking about her, right? And our relationship. But my mom always tells me, she goes, something, though, she loved you and you loved her. And she was a big part of this change in your life that you made and everything forward. So I don't know. I thank her, and I thank anyone that had reached out and was so nice and kind to tell me what I meant to them, because to me, it's ultimately something that helped save my life. And I believe that wholeheartedly. And I know, I've never done a drug. I've never done alcohol. I'm a boring human being, despite being so crazy.
Honestly, you're John, you're crazy without all that stuff. I think it's a good thing you never really got into that kind of stuff.
It's the truth, man. Narcotics would only be bad for everyone else.
I was about to say, I don't think that I'd be asking to film with you from your house. It'd probably be in the penitentiary somewhere or something.
It'd be in a padded room like this, like, hi.
No, literally, like, hi, I'm John. No, but literally. But no, I appreciate you sharing that story with me in the audience, and I'm sorry my connection got a little bit out there for a second. You're gonna laugh at this. I set random alarms throughout the
Right.
day to kind of just like stay aware. And I know like that seems very random and odd, but you know me, I'm a random and odd person, so that's just like what I do. And
Uh-huh.
I kid you not, the worst timing ever, an alarm starts going off. I'm like, are we kidding me? I thought we lost the stream. I started sweating. And then, brother, you're a great guest because I got back on live and you were continuing to tell your story. And I'm like, dude, this guy's a pro. Like, I just thought in my head, I'm like, this guy's a pro handling it like a champ. So I appreciate you for rolling with the punches there. But I also appreciate you getting so vulnerable, man. I feel like a lot of times as men, whenever we hit that sort of low point in our life, if that may be it, um, we don't know how others are going to react when we start to talk about our feelings. And it seems like in your situation, you had a great support system and you had a great group of friends and family that were rallying around you, right?
I did, and even and I'll say this too, because I really don't think this particular occupation gets enough love. I never realized that what I think is the hardest job in the world is being a nurse, and I dealt with so many nurses during my stay at that hospital that I every year, actually in March, the anniversary of the day I get out, I always send Plainview Hospital. I send them money. Because I'm not here without them. They helped save my life. They held my hand when I was crying and sad and scared. I'll never forget this nurse came in. I'm hooked up to 100 tubes. And I remember she said, "Hey, is there anything I can get you?" And I just started crying. And I said, "My family, I wish my family could come visit, but they couldn't, right? Because I still was contagious with COVID. So no visitors." I remember my mom literally watched me through the glass like I was in a fishbowl or something. Like that's how I couldn't even have contact with them. So I remember she said, "Is there anything I can get you?" And I just started crying. I said, "I wish I could see my family." And I remember she just grabbed my hand because I guess they can't really do, you can't hug me or anything. I guess
Yeah,
there's
of course. Like in the situation, yeah, that you were in.
that
Yeah.
was that was it's just it made me reassured. I was like, I have somebody to hold my hand here, and you know, hopefully I fight out of this. And I thankfully did it, man. Like I feel like I turned life, not listen, hey, nobody's life's perfect and nobody's life comes without problems and faults and things, but I feel like I turned it for the best. And I made a short film. I started dating a girl for a few years. I turned different things that were, I think, at a bad point when I went in into good positives when I went out. And that's a lot of what life is. You got to turn negatives into positives. And it's not possible with everything. Nobody's
Of
perfect. But
course. Of
to
course.
me, the desire to do so, whether you succeed or not, is what you need to have. And that's a big reason why I personally looked at it as a positive experience. Despite nearly dying, I look at it as a positive experience. It made my life change in I think a better direction.
Dude, that's a beautiful way to look at it. It's all about mindset, Grande. That's how I like to think of it. Like you went in with one mindset and you had this literal near death experience out of it, brother. Like your mindset was completely different. And dude, you're a genuinely good dude. Like I'm not even saying that to like gas you up or toot your own horn. Like you've always been great people and you're a good dude. So for you to even kind of have that mindset switch and even become a better person, I guess you would say, like, dude, you're right where you need to be, brother. Like seriously. And
Thank you.
I appreciate you sharing. I appreciate you sharing that a lot of men, like you said, we don't talk enough. Like we go through hell sometimes and we're afraid to talk about our feelings.
It's true. It's true. I understand why. I get it. I mean, and listen, everybody wants to have that exterior of toughness, that exterior of like, I don't want to let it go. I want to keep it to myself. I'll deal with it. That's a big mentality. People, I'll deal with it, until you can't anymore, until you need your friends, your family, your whatever to help you out and get you through hard times. And I think that it's really underrated, but at the same time, man, I think it's something that everybody should do. And it's better to let it out than to keep it in.
Absolutely. And like it's okay for men. Like we can cry, dude. Like it's all right to shed a couple, man, as a dude. Like I want
My
all the boys
my
out there to
dad,
know
my
that,
dad, I
right?
remember my dad always told me, he said, listen, he says, if you feel like you have to cry, like let it out, like cry. Like it's not nothing to be ashamed of, right? It's how you feel. And like I'm big heart on my sleeve. Like
Mhm.
I'm you know it, man. I'll laugh at the craziest times. I'll cry.
Yep.
You know, it's just sometimes you let your emotion out. I'm very hard on my sleeve. Like I don't see that there's anything to hide. I know some people will say that's my first mistake, but at the same time, you know what? I'm myself. So whether you like it or not, I'm always going to be 100% me. And at least I'm the genuine article at the end of the day. It's not something
You
else.
are the genuine article. One might even say the rated R superstar. Oh, sorry, no, that was an airplane going overhead. Grande is one of those guys you talk to for like 5 minutes and know he's a genuinely nice guy. Didn't know he went through all that, but that's not surprised. He came out on the other side even better. That's
Thank
what
you.
our good friend Frank Tropiano just said in the chat.
Thank you so much. That's really nice of you to say. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Dude, a lot of people were stoked to have you on, man. You're kind of a fan favorite, like popping on. No disrespect to like our boy Chrissy Cables or Anthony Romano or like my boy Andrew Ditzel, but like, no, dude, when I posted that little photo of you coming on, man, you know, you're a normal guy, dude. You're just like you're a normal dude, bro. Like you're a normal guy. Like you're a normal guy, and like can I before we move on to talking about some quote unquote normal guy stuff like some sports and some Super Bowl recap and Holdem, what would you tell someone who's that normal guy who might be wanting to start something like a Grande's Graveyard or Navigating the Noise podcast? What would be your one piece of advice? And I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot with this, but what would be your piece of advice to that normal guy that's been willing to maybe put themselves out there and start something?
I think the most important thing if you're doing a podcast of any kind is to put as much of yourself into the podcast as possible, right? You don't want to be talking about something that you're not as passionate about. It's got to be the number one or the number two thing that you love. And I know you put yourself a ton of it into it because you've navigated the noise, you've gone through lows, and then now, of course, you're talking to other people about the times that they went through their lows and that how they came out on the other side, right? And to me, that's the beautiful thing about what you're doing here and getting all these people from all over, right? People that you grew up with and hearing their stories. And I think that's the best thing. And dedication's another. It's really, really, really hard to make sure that you're dedicated to do a show every single week. It's not an easy thing to, it may sound easy. Oh, only one show a week. That's 52 shows a year, my friend. And that's only if, you know, you're not pulling double duty. I'm sure eventually it'll happen. I've done 2 graveyards in a week before. I've done it, you know. It happens. And to me, if you love it and you really have something that you want to let yourself go and discuss, I say go for it. That my ultimate advice would be just be yourself and make sure you're passionate about what you're talking. And in time, it takes time to get an audience. Listen, hey, you're talking about somebody 7 calendar years I've been doing this and not even 2,000 subs yet. But at the same time, I love what I do. I don't care if there was 2 subscribers. I love doing it and talking about it. And to me, it's my id. Like I said earlier, it just makes me feel good and prepares me for the weekend to come. So that's a thing for me. It's funny, despite how much I like the people I interact with on it, the people I've met with through it. For me, it's a selfish thing I do because it puts me in a better mind frame and makes my life easier just for those 2 hours that we're on. And it helps a lot.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. So, for anyone who was listening, who was on the fence about starting a stream, a podcast, their rap career, Grande's Graveyard just hit you with a beautiful piece of insight. And before we move on, Dan Bielis in the chat. Nothing I used to love more than when I worked at Fredo's. Grande would come in every once in a while. Hadn't seen him since high school. Started talking. It's like we never missed a beat. Like you said, Zach, genuinely good dude. Grande, dude, you're a legend, dude. You're a legend in the making if you're not one already, sir. Seriously.
Thank you, Dan Vielas, by the way. I hope all's well. I've seen the car promos. I don't know if you've seen them where he's doing like commercials for cars. Dude, I popped. I was like, Dan Vielas. Like, I want to buy a car from Dan Vielas. Like, holy shit, man.
Dude,
like,
I'm not going to lie to you. I was maybe hoping that me and Dan Vielas could do like a little car Navigate the Noise collab of some sort. I know what video you're talking about, bro. Eddie looked good in the suit, bro. Dan Vielas, you were looking fly in that thing.
I popped. I was like, that's what Dan Vielas is made for. I was so happy to see it, man. I was like, holy cow. I remember one time, quick story, I ran into Dan Vielas because Fredo's is my pizzeria, but I ran into him once at a separate place. And I remember he looked at me like, oh, you're getting pizza here, huh? And I was like, I don't cheat on you guys. Like, I forget where we were, but I remember saying that to him and he cracked up laughing. I was like, dude, I don't cheat on you, all right?
That's great.
It's great.
that's like your barber, your pizzeria. You like they know when you go somewhere else. Like it's like getting a haircut, bro. When you
It's
get a
true.
haircut from somewhere else, your barber knows, bro.
Yeah, it's
They
true.
know.
Yeah, no, I don't want to cut the
Dude.
Fredo's tie at all because it's too good, man.
Yo, dude, I would always get from Fredo's. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Grande. They had like the bread bowls, and you could get like the salad inside, or like you could get different types of shit
And the
inside.
bowl was edible, man.
Yes,
People, oh my
brother,
God, dude. The amount
brother,
they're genius. That's a gold mine, dude.
brother. I probably had hundreds. I'm not even gonna say dozens. I said hundreds in high school, bro. Hundreds of those bad boys. Crazy. He goes, bro, y'all making me hungry. Taco Joe's for the win. Grande. Next time I'm in the 516. Me and you are gonna go to Taco Joe's. I don't know if you're a Taco Joe's guy, but I haven't been there in a while.
I'm not too picky with food. I'm pretty good. You definitely do Taco Joe's, sure.
Beautiful. All right, my treat, honestly. On the navigating the noise tab. All right. Yeah. We might have to move some funds around, but no.
You do a GoFundMe just so
Yeah,
we
I
can
was
go to
about to
Taco
see
Joe's.
GoFundMe for Grande and Zach's Taco Joe's.
The goal is $27.95.
Yeah, 20 because we want the froyo too, guys. Please help us out. All right.
We want the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, Grand Canyon froyo combo. But yeah, dude, we're two normal dudes. So I thought for the last like 25 minutes or so, we'd talk it up about some normal dude shit. So I know like our viewers in the chat, viewers were definitely watching. But you watched the Super Bowl, little Bad Bunny, Patriots Seahawks?
I did. It was not the greatest game in the world, but I did watch the Super Bowl. Yes, sir.
Dude, kind of a boring game, I might say, or I don't know. Like, I don't know. What was your take on it? Like, I was very entertained. Grande, between me and you, I got woken up to, like my boy Peacock, like in the third quarter, being like, "You enjoyed the game?" Because I took a little snooze, bro. Like, what happened?
Wow, game puts you to sleep. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
it did put me to sleep. I was dancing in Bad Bunny, got all my adrenaline out, and then after that, I was zonked.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't score a touchdown to the fourth quarter, so that's never really the best recipe for success. Commercials were kind of blah this year. I mean, couple like the Budweiser always does a good job. They do a good commercial. Yeah, Kurt Russell on a commercial, so I popped for that. It was like I think it was a beer skiing commercial. I was like, Captain Kurt.
Captain, there he is. Okay.
I popped for that, but not too many. I mean, yeah, commercials were kind of weak this year. Bunch of field goals till the fourth quarter. It was kind of a dull game. I mean, Seattle played great. Their defense is definitely elite, and I'm happy for Sam Darnold, who ate a big old bag of shit in this town known as New York. So
Yeah,
happy for him. And I don't know. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, most entertaining Super Bowl in the world, but the game's not scripted. It doesn't have to be. Seattle won, and good for them.
No, good for Seattle. Honestly, dude, I feel like New England. Sorry, those are some sirens.
Federales are coming now.
I was about to say, Grande, hold on. I don't know if we're gonna make it these 23 minutes, bro. I might have to take a dump over this balcony. No, but dude, the Federales, bro, I got a big ass head. They could see it from a mile away. Dude, I agree with you. Commercials were kind of cheeks. Oh my God, Scott Steiner is making a surprise appearance. We got Johnny Perna in the chat, by the way.
Holla if you hear me.
Johnny Perna is in the chat. Holla if you hear me, baby. FBI coming, Mark. Yeah, dude, honestly, like, I got past, bro. I got a history, bro. We're not talking about that on here, but Super Bowl commercials, Grande, I agree. Did you win any coin on the game? Did you have any scratch on the game? Or?
I usually bet the Super Bowl. I just didn't this year. I wasn't. This was a Super Bowl where I didn't really care about either team. If the Rams were in it, I would have threw something on the Rams. So I like the Rams, but I just didn't really. Both these teams are dull to me. Didn't really have a dog in the fight. Just kind of watched it and went to bed. That was it. It was a really underwhelming Super Bowl all around. Like even the teams involved, even if they had the best game ever, I didn't really care. I just kind of was like, I don't know. No stakes for me.
No, honestly, I didn't really have much stakes either. Pretty boring game. I agree with you. I'm kind of looking forward to baseball season, honestly, which is right around the corner, brother. How about your brother? How do you let Pete go? How do you let him just walk? How do you? Yeah,
They're a horrendous organization, and the general manager is an absolute idiot. I mean, he's an idiot. He's trying to run a first market team like a second market team, and I understand that he doesn't believe in long-term pitching contracts, and he's going to fool us all, and we just have to wait, and we just have to hold on to our butts. He's wrong. He's an idiot, and he's been an idiot since day one of running this team. I have a lot of unpopular Mets opinions. I know everybody, it's our year. You know how many times I've heard that, Zach? If I had a nickel for every time I heard that, I'd be retired in a villa somewhere upstate. It's blasphemy. And I get that everyone wants to be excited because we have Juan Soto. It doesn't matter. And once Juan Soto can opt out, guess what's going to happen, Zach? He's going to opt
let me
out.
guess. Yeah, he's
and all these people that buy his jerseys and sing his praises and sing whatever they want to sing about him are going to burn his jersey in the streets, just like Yankee fans did. I have a sincere problem with how the team is run, and I cannot stomach it. Let's sign Bo Bichette. Oh, yeah. Let's give him 1 year, $42 million, and a $5 million opt-out. So you're giving the guy an incentive to opt out and leave the team. So he gets $47 million in 1 year. Great. Yeah, he hits the ball pretty good. He's there for a season. It's a disgrace. It's bad business. It's horrendous business. And I do not care what people say. Oh, Bo knows. And they've got their Bo Bichette jersey.
Bo knows.
It's ridiculous. Why would you buy a Bo Bichette jersey? He's not going to be a Met next year. Oh, but Grande, he stuck it to the Phillies. Stick it up your ass, my guy. Holy shit, man. I cannot stand the way. We got Freddie Peralta, Zach. Guess what? We don't sign pitchers to long-term contracts, and it's his last year on his contract. So do you think he's going to be a Met next year? A for yes, B for fuck no. B, he's not going to be a Met next year.
B, I'm spamming B in the chat.
He's a 5-inning pitcher, and everybody's so excited. Who gives a shit? He's not even a top 10 starter in baseball. The Mets are atrocious, and I feel bad because I've been baited in every year. Oh, we're gonna get it. You let Nimmo go, who took us over his own home team. You let Pete Alonso go, who's your home run leader in the history of your miserable franchise. Let him go. It's just there's no loyalty, and to me, the direction is wrong. Bad manager. I don't like Mendy at all. There's a reason the Yankees had him on the fucking bench for 20 years because the guy sucks. And I don't like their GM. So I am so out on the Mets. I couldn't even tell you.
My boy Dana in the chat says Dodgers three-peat. I mean, brother, dude, they're buying baseball. Kyle Tucker, Shohei, Freddie.
They're ruining the game, really. I mean,
I think it really is.
You defer $2 billion between 4 guys. It's absurd. And I get, yeah, great. They are great. They won 2 in a row, probably going to win a 3rd in a row. It's ruining the game. They have to put a cap on it in some way, shape, or form, in my opinion, because it's not fair. It's not fair that you have 3 former MVPs batting 1 through 3. It's not fair. It's just not. I don't know. I kind of hate it.
It's not fair at all. And like you said, I think we're going to be having a lockout. I think we have a lockout on the way, Grande. Next year.
If you have a lockout on the way, probably a good thing for the Mets. I mean, fuck.
No, dude. I mean, they really are a mess. Also, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Bo Bichette not playing his natural position either? Like, isn't he going to have to play 3rd, I think, a little bit?
So I'm happy you brought that up because our stupid general manager said, hey, we're going to make the offseason focus infield defense. Okay, so he hired one guy at the corner third base that has never played a game at third base in his history of his life, and the other corner – Polanco will have him play first base, never played a game first base in his life. Like, what? I don't understand this guy. Like, it's so counterintuitive to his argument. He didn't like Alonso for his defense, but Alonso played every day. Alonso always hit a bunch of homers, always drove in a bunch of runs, and was a good face for the organization that's always supporting you. And if it's not the All-Star game, it's in the capacity of the home run derby. He was a face that was always at the game to represent you, and you let him go to Maryland. You have all that money, the richest owner in sports, and you let this guy go to Maryland because you want somebody to play the position of first base better, yet the guy's never played a game of first base before. It's a disgrace. I don't care if they win the division. It's a disgrace. Like, if they win the division by some dumb luck or whatever, good for them. But, man, they are run like an absolute circus. It's a circus. Queens is a circus. It's not a ballpark. It's an amusement park. It's terrible. Oh,
Grande, it's like they're just clicking buttons. They have like no idea what's going on.
I get why they want to support us and they want to give us a winner and they want to throw money at it. But like the problem is you don't want to throw commitment. I get it. Oh, we don't want to pay DeGrom. He's injury prone. Jacob DeGrom's the best pitcher that city has seen since Tom Seaver, and you let him go to Texas. That's a disgrace. I don't care about his injury history. Yeah, he does get injured a lot. There's no doubt about it. I think he'd even tell you that. But like, I get it. They want to give us a winner, but at the same time, you can't force it either. You can't just give up your best prospects to get a rental for 1 year of Freddie Peralta. It just doesn't make sense, man. They have always sort of run their organization poorly, whether it be the Wilpons, who I know everybody likes to throw stones
Yeah.
at, but has this been much better? Has it really been that much better
No.
despite all the money?
No. Dude,
Not
the
really.
payroll is so high. The payroll's ginormous.
Yeah. And
I
they're
feel you.
charging people tickets out the ass. I mean, it sucks. It really sucks.
Ronnie,
I hate the way they
$30
run.
to park your fucking car. $30
Yeah.
to park your car.
$40 to park your car. I can get a ticket for $25. Like, why is it parking my car more expensive than the ticket if I'm sitting in Promenade? It's a joke.
Nah, well, I'm literally sitting in Promenade, bro. Literally sitting in Promenade paying $18 for a Coors Light. I know you're not a drinking guy, but dude, I can't even go to a game and get a beer anymore.
Oh, you're right. I mean, listen, let's say the hypothetical, you got a wife, you got 2 little kids, you want to take them to a baseball game, buddy, you're talking about easily over a $500 day.
Oh,
You got to get
easy.
Food, you got to probably more, right? The $40 for the car. Let's say they got 4 tickets at $50. It's another $200. That's what if my man wants a beer? What if the missus is driving home? What if he has a couple beers in him? What if the kids want to eat? What if they want ice cream? What if the wife wants ice cream? What if they want fries? What if they want souvenirs or jerseys? My guy, you got to mortgage your house to take your kid and your wife out to the baseball game. It's absurd. And to see a product that stinks.
That's garbage. Grande, at that point, go see the Long Island Ducks, bro. Hop on the Southern State, dude. Go
100% go see the Long Island Duck. Or bring your own food. Bring your own sandwich. I'll never forget these people in front of me. They brought their own hoagies. I was like, these are the smartest people in this ballpark right here, man. Bring your own.
Dude, don't give the Mets and that franchise any sort of money, brother. No shot. You know what we do instead, bro? We watch some WWE and we play some Texas Holdem and we just chill out. You been playing any cards at all, or not really?
Man, I haven't in a really long time. I love Texas Hold'em. I'm a big fan of it, but I haven't played it in a really long time. It's a great game, though. It really is. It's a lot of fun.
Dude, we've played a couple times, in whether it's been like the Moreno basement or in the Perna den, bro. We played a couple 2-tree cash games over the years.
Absolutely, we have it, and I always like playing with you guys because it's always fun because you have different you're a rare person in the poker. Usually, poker people don't have personality. Like that's the big problem with the game on TV. It's that all these guys are robots. They don't have any emotion, and that I think is a big reason why Texas Hold'em it's not as fun to watch anymore. Like you had the characters back in the day that it was kind of funny and entertaining. And when we play with you, you're just be like, I got pair fives. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Like there's not. Nobody really plays poker like that. And I like, that's a big reason I like playing against either you or, some of the other people that we play with. It's always kind of fun. You have your conservative styles like Moreno, and then you have your over aggressive styles like JP and there's no right or wrong way to play. So it's always kind of fun and entertaining, at least whether I win or lose. It's usually a good time.
No, dude, we always have a blast, bro. Like chips are flying around, dude. Like usually got the games on in the background, bro. Nothing better than just like playing some cards and chilling out with the boys, man. I actually, with me moving down to Charlotte, Grande, I haven't played too much lately, but I actually gone on some online poker runs and some tournaments actually.
Oh yeah, how'd you do?
Yeah, I play on ACR actually, American Card Room. I don't know if you heard of it.
No, I never heard of it.
Yeah, pretty good. I don't know how regulated it is. One thing, I've put in some money and I've withdrawn a couple times, and I've actually taken home 2 tournaments, like $11 buy-ins, and I flipped them into like 1,600 and like 1,900 actually. Yo, if you ever want to get any playing in, bro, they have anything from like you could buy into a tournament for 60 cents. You know what I mean, and just play. So I recommend it. America Card Room, it's called.
Yeah, totally. No, I'll have to take a look. I mean, I'm on Poker Stars, but I do like the play money. Like in play money, I have like $40 million. In play money, I'm Phil Hellmuth. But in reality, I've never played for money online. I don't know. I don't really. I feel like online it's kind of rigged. Like I don't trust it whatsoever.
Grande, I've had some bad beats online where I've literally sat there and like, had to go step outside, like got bad, had one of the worst beats ever, had a couple of drags of a cigarette and been like, that's got to be rigged. Like that's got to be.
I've had more bad beats online where it's like the person will miraculously hit quads when I have a full house or something. Like they'll pocket sevens, I flop a boat, and then it's runner sevens, and I lose. That's like it happens so much where I'm just like, dude, it's not poker stars, it's Joker stars. It's just a joke.
I like that name, bro. Joker stars, bro. You're pretty catchy with these nicknames, bro. You had we had Joker stars. What'd you say with the scary movies? Dedication, bro. I like that.
I'll give you the dedication, buddy.
I'll give you the dedication, bro. What's it called? In the chat, it said Roman ain't even showing up again until March. Is he talking about Roman Reigns? Yeah, he is.
Yes, Roman Reigns and CM Punk is going to be the match at WrestleMania.
Dude, CM Punk is back. Dude, you're a huge WWE fan, dude. Dude, I feel like you were a WWE fan back when we were growing up.
I was actually just, if anyone's interested, I just did a show on YouTube with Crater Mania, Chris Prater, really great guy, great friend. And we discussed how I got into pro wrestling. I literally did that too. It was the Super Bowl Sunday we recorded it. So if anyone's interested in that, we talked all wrestling for like an hour and a half. Yeah, I mean, I was into it for a really long time, and then I fell out of it. I honestly fell out of love with it probably 2018-ish. I just didn't like the direction. Obviously, Vince McMahon and all the direction that the company was taking. I just really wasn't into it anymore. And it wasn't until Cody Rhodes had come back and was making this big main event run. I remember saying to myself, man, if I missed Cody Rhodes winning the title, I would kick myself for the rest of my life. And I watched, and eventually there was the show where he won the title, WrestleMania 40, and it was a really great show. But the match that really got me back into it was a match before that, which was called Bayley versus Io Sky for the women's world title. And man, this woman, Io Sky, was like immediately made me fall back in love with wrestling. The way she death-defied, leaped, and moonsaulted out of the ring. Okay. The story they told. I just remember, like in that moment, I said, that's why I love wrestling. Like she made me remember why I loved it so much. And that's from there on, I've started watching it every week again. And, the product hasn't been as good lately. I would say it definitely needs its WrestleMania season, which is where they're at now. So, that you do have that. I saw Velas ask me how I feel about Roman winning the Rumble. I have no problem with it. I'm not I know Roman's time wrestling is borrowed. He unfortunately is going to retire sooner than later. So if you want to do one last big main event match with Roman Reigns, I'm all for it. CM Punk and him will tell a good story. I don't know. It didn't make me mad like it did a lot of other people.
Gotcha. I'm not going to lie to you, Grande. I remember, I don't know if you remember this, dude. Tell me if you do. All right. Me, you, Dalton, I don't even know some of the other names. I want to say they were McKenna kids, bro. We used to play Bloody Knuckles, or our version of spinning the quarter Bloody Knuckles at recess, and we had belts that we would carry around.
We made belts and colored them in with crayons like we were champions of spinning quarters and stopping them. That was literally
stopping them, brother. Yes, dude.
Crazy.
Bro,
crazy.
I was in sixth grade, which means you were in fifth grade when that happened. So we were what? That was holy smokes, bro. I was 11 years old. You were 10 years old, man.
Long time ago, man. It's almost 20 years ago. It's pretty wild when you think about it. But yeah, those were good times. I remember that was a fun way to, because I remember when elementary school you only go to lunch at your table. So that's something I took for granted, once I started going to high school, was you go out for lunch. I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. I hate sitting in a cafeteria eating my lunch, but that was something that made it a little bit more bearable for sure.
No, absolutely, dude. I remember those recess days used to help us get by. Those days as kids, man. We didn't want to go to math. We wanted to go spin the quarter at recess.
Yeah, no, for sure. That was fun, man.
Yeah, no. All right, I got a question for you, young sir. All right, since you're a Texas Holdem and you're a WWE fan, all right, you're in a Survivor 6 match, all right, a Survivor Series tag team, all right, you're going against another team, and it's you, and you have 5 people on your Survivor team, but 3 of them are WWE wrestlers, and 2 of them are Texas Holdem players. Who are you picking?
Wow, that's a loaded question. I'm gonna have to hear yours then, because we'll do ours
afterwards. I will go. Well, I was gonna say if you want to go yours, and then I was gonna give you mine. It's a loaded question. I kind of thought about it a little bit, but
No, I
yeah,
definitely got to hear yours, and then maybe your chat people can pick whose team they take. That would be funny.
yeah, that'd
Okay,
be fun.
so Survivor Series 5. Who am I picking? 3 wrestlers, 2 poker players. So I'm gonna steal Phil Hellmuth right off the board because Phil Hellmuth's a unit,
Okay,
dude. He's 6'9". The poker brat's
he's
got a bad
huge.
attitude. He's a unit. He's got size. So I'm gonna take Phil Hellmuth because he's bigger than some wrestlers. So I'll take the poker brat, aka
Okay,
the multi-time bracelet winner. He's definitely on my team. I'll
okay.
take. Oh man. And then other poker player, I would take Phil Ivey. I think Phil Ivey would be sneaky good. Like Phil Ivey kicks some fucking ass. So I'll take Hellmuth and Ivey as my poker players.
Phil squared. Okay,
And then for wrestlers, man, I don't know. If it's a shoot, there's certain guys I'd have to take over others. Let me take Brock Lesnar. I'll take Brock Lesnar on my team. He'll show
okay.
up and probably ask the poker people for money because that's what Brock Lesnar does. I'll take Brock Lesnar on my team. I'll take maybe Randy Orton. I'll take Randy Orton, hit an RKO out of nowhere on somebody.
Okay.
And then who's my last? Who'd be my last wrestler? Give me Cody Rhodes. I love Cody Rhodes. He's my dude. He's the best guy they have right now. So yeah, that would be my Survivor Series 5. What do you got, man? Tell me.
I don't know if I could beat you, bro. I mean, dude, I feel like Brock Lesnar might just snap me and everyone else.
That's why I'm picking Brock Lesnar. I'm like, why not, man? If it's a shoot, yes.
Dude, that's a pull and a half. All right, so I got to go a little unorthodox here. I'm going Will Kasuf. All right, as a poker player. All right, just because, dude, I don't know. He's gonna be great for the sport. He's gonna be nonstop talking. You already know he's gonna be on the side of the ring, like letting you know the business. So I'm gonna
Be
go
selling the shirts 9 high like a boss. 9 high like a boss.
Yeah, not me like a boss. Yeah, not like a boss. Yep, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go Will Kasuf, and then dude, honestly, I'm sticking with like the loudmouth, like hoorah guys. We're gonna go Mike Matazow, Mike the Mouth.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
We're gonna go.
Kasuf is a protege of him, so that makes
Yes,
perfect.
exactly. Like Mike Matazow walks, so Will Kasuf could run. You know, so like that's like.
I'm sure Will Kasuf would love to hear you say that.
No, literally, we gotta clip this and gotta get it up.
Send it to Will Kasuf. He'll be like,
Send
yes.
it to Will Kasuf. Will Kasuf navigating the noise. You gotta drop. You gotta shout out. And
Imagine you got him on here, you'd probably not be able to ask questions.
I was about to say, hey, Will, welcome. Hey, Zach, what's going on? The next thing you know,
You want me to raise? Do you want me to fold? Do you want me to?
Yeah, you want me to
raise? That guy is holy shit, man. He's the only personality they have, which is sad.
It is sad, and honestly, you know who else is actually not bad? Martin Carabell. Are you familiar with him at all?
No, I'm not actually.
Oh yeah, Martin Carabell's got a little bit of a personality too, and he's a lot more likable than Will Kasuf. So definitely give Martin Carabell a watch and listen when you're done with this. Yeah, but we're going Mike the Mouth. We're going Will Kasuf, and then bro, like Shawn Michaels. Like I love a good sweet chin music. I'm sorry, like I love a good sweet chin music out of nowhere. Jeff Hardy. Something about me being a big man and not being able to fly, Grande, has made me appreciate a guy like Hardy just being able to fly off the top rope and drop a swanton bomb. And then lastly, bro, I don't know why it just popped up in my head, but I feel like I need a big dude to go match toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar. So I'm going to go Bobby Lashley. I don't know why he popped up in my head.
Bob Beepers. Holy shit.
Big Bob
Bobby
Beepers.
Lashley.
Yeah, I don't know. He popped up. Johnny Perna said Big Daddy V. Well, I wasn't thinking of that big Johnny Perna.
Big Daddy V killed somebody, man. It was a 500-pounder, dude.
No, I was about to say that's a big dog right there. But no, dude, in the chat quickly. I don't know how many people we still have here, but whose team would win? That's funny, man. You said Randy Orton, and I was like, dude, remember when the RKO out of nowhere was like that huge trend?
Oh, like, it was everywhere. They literally made memes of it and everything. That was some fun times, dude.
Damn. All right, we have 3 Grandes in the chats. Damn, your team.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, we got some Grandes in the chat. I mean, dude, I feel like Brock Lesnar, like the moment Will Kasuf started talking, Brock Lesnar would snap him in half.
Brock Lesnar German suplex Will Kasuf through a table.
No, literally though, like he'd be legit a dead man, bro. Like actually, that's crazy. Bro, it's like, dude, did you have any like? Because you have a sister, right, Granda? You don't have any brothers, right?
No brothers, no, just one sister.
Okay, were you the brother to do all the wrestling moves on the sister growing up, or no? Because
No, oh my God, no, no,
yeah, I was
not
about
at
to say
all.
she would definitely go and kill you, right? If you ever tried to do that.
She just that playful in that way. I
Yeah,
would not
right.
be like, hey, let me suplex you? Like, no, like video games are a good thing to exist because I didn't have anybody to perform wrestling moves on, unfortunately.
Nah, honestly, that's one of the perks of having the brothers. Like growing up, was like I remember I Batista bombed Garrett through like a wooden table one time. Like literally, yeah, dude. We used to do wrestling moves all the time, bro. But geez, the hour is actually up, man. That's crazy, dude. Time flew, bro. I feel like we. Oh man, I don't know, Grande. I gotta ask you. Like, I'm pretty like raw and authentic. Like, I gotta ask you. Like, I've been keeping my shows to around like an hour. Like, how do you feel about your show being like 2 hours long? Do you feel like it's tough to keep the viewership? Do you care? I know you said you do it if like one person was watching, right? But like at the end of the day, like do you find like it tough to hold an audience for 2 hours? Like, sorry, I don't know if that question's a little off the cusp, but like
No, it's not at all.
'cause
To be honest with you, I never have a set like I have to be done by 2 hours. I just usually record the show and go for it. I'll say this, it's a big difference between my show and a lot of shows is that like I do a lot of the shows on my own. And that's, I think a lot of people find it daunting to carry a show on their own for that amount of time. Like a lot of people, they're just like, holy shit, I need somebody to guess, like just to bounce off of in order to keep the show moving. I don't really have that problem. I will do the show on my own. I don't need the guest necessarily, but that's not to say I love having guests on the show. I think it's a great time and I like to have them on as much as I possibly can. But yeah, no, listen, if it's for your benefit of you saying, hey, if somebody sees that the show goes 2.5 hours, I don't know how long you're going to be able to keep them because that's a daunting runtime. It is.
no, it
If
is.
you want to keep it to an hour, that's probably the best bet for you right now. Obviously, and then as you get more and more popular or you get more and more into it, I would just say don't limit yourself. If you feel like going
Okay.
longer, go longer. Like don't put like to me, sometimes people put a cap on it too early, and it's just like, oh man, like you had so much more to go. But sometimes if it's short and it's sweet, probably the viewership will flow in with that too.
No, I appreciate that. Like we kind of talked about backstage a little bit. We're still kind of like figuring like what works and what doesn't, and kind of like our niche over here with navigating the noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
for sure. You're 17 episodes in, so it's like you got to find your footing. Like Grinding Scriver, there's been 300 plus episodes. So by this time, I figured it out, like the format. Whereas with you, you guys are in infancy. You're 17 episodes. So yeah, just do you, man. And if an hour is good for you, that's good for you. Don't worry about anybody else. Just do what you got, and I'm sure it'll unfold as it should.
no, I appreciate that, dude. And honestly, I might even, as we get off stage and at a later date and time, I might even be asking you a couple questions in regards to just like content and maybe some do's and don'ts, and just maybe like some advice moving forward, since you've been kind of in this space a little bit more than me. But Grande,
Yeah.
I appreciate you so much for coming on.
I
Like,
appreciate you having me. This was a lot of fun, a little different from the usual, what I do. So it was nice to talk about a little bit of everything and catch up because it's been so long since I've talked to you at all. So I do appreciate you reaching out and thank you so much for having me as a guest on the show.
no, absolutely. And like I said, it was funny. You kind of hinted at something that we were planning on announcing here at Navigating the Noise. But remember how you said that we might get to a point where we might start going live more than once a week?
I
Uh,
do.
you do. So I actually I planned on announcing it today, and when you said it, I was like, "Holy shit!" But we're actually planning on going live on Wednesdays as well. We're still getting a time worked out, but we're gonna be doing Grande on Tuesdays, the similar format where I'm gonna be having guests come on and talk about their mental health journey, a little bit about who they are, whether it's content, mental health advocacy. But then on Wednesdays, I don't know if you watched my most recent episode, but I had a buddy of mine, Chris Candela, on. I don't know if you know who that is. He's
I don't know, and I unfortunately did not see the episode. I'm sorry.
no, don't stress about it. Yeah, he's a Massapequa alum, and he's like very similar to myself in regards to like our interests and hobbies and where we're at. And we kind of talked it up, but we're actually going to be going live together weekly on Wednesdays, and it's going to be me and him. Yeah, and we're still working out some quirks and what we're going to call it and all that good stuff. But I'm super excited to say that we're going to be going live more than once, twice a week. We're going to bump it up to. So
I love it, man. See what I said? It's sometimes it becomes contagious where you're like, I need more. So that's awesome, dude. I'm very happy for you. That's really, really cool. And I hope it, obviously sky's the limit for it.
I appreciate that, Grande. Dude, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. You as always predicted, you helped myself, Frank Tropiato, Dan Vilas, and the dozens and hopeful hundreds of other viewers on YouTube navigate some noise this evening. I'm not going to lie to you. The Mets, I don't have high hopes for them, but I have a lot of high hopes for you as an individual and whatever path and journey that you decide to take Grande's graveyard and whatever you go after in your personal life. Like, you're a great dude. You were a great guest. And Grande, I firmly believe, and I mean it wholeheartedly, you're going to go and achieve it, dude. It's been great.
Thank you. No, I'm humbled by everything you just said. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for all the kind words. That's definitely not lost on me. And right back at you too. I'm happy for you. New place, new beginnings. I know you said Saturday you're moving into an actual place, so you're not outside with the sirens and all that. But hey,
yeah, with the federales,
the full-blooded Italians, and I got the FBI. No, man. Yeah, thank you so much. And I hope sky's the limit for you too, man. I'm very happy for you. And I hope you're in a good place.
Thank you. Adam says thank you. I appreciate Grande. Yeah, Grande was a great guest.
Thank
W's
you.
in the chat for Grande. Adam, appreciate it. Ray, Tommy Lassou. What's it called? Also, another announcement next week on episode 18 of Navigating the Noise podcast. I have semi-pro soccer player, also Massapequa alum, Danny Vidiello, coming to join us on the podcast. He's a goalie for Sacramento FC, and he's going to be joining us talking about his journey being a semi-professional soccer star, the mental aspect of being an athlete, and all and everything in between. So super excited to have Danny on next week. Super pumped. John, thank you again. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. I hope you all have a lovely evening. Hope you all navigate some noise, and we will see you later.